Okay, welcome to the review session. The reason I'm doing this review session is because I want you to learn the core skill of seeing your teacher or professor outside of class. When you go to high school and if you go to college, if you work hard enough and are lucky enough to do so, I enjoyed college very much. You should always go to the review session because the teacher or the professor, whoever made that test, they want you to do well. And if they're going out of their way to make a review session outside of class time, they are going to give you some serious hints, if not outright answers to what's on the test. So they might not say to you, hey, here's the answers to the test, but they will drop hints like, oh, you should really know about blank, or oh, you definitely need to know this. And then you know that's what you need to know. All right, so thank you for coming to this review session. You're learning the core skill of seeing your teacher outside of class, and I want you to just learn that skill and always, always, always go to review sessions. So how am I going to do that? This is the actual test. You'll put your first name here. So my name is Miko. You'll put your last name here. My last name is Yokela. You will choose your period. I'm going to pretend I'm in period 1, 2. Okay? Then, here's the first question. A legacy is, you should always read every choice. A part of human anatomy, the western half of the Roman Empire, a lasting influence or something passed on to future generations, something you give to your grandma. The answer to la is a lasting influence or something passed on to future generations. Just like Rome has left a legacy passed on to generations that have come all the way to our culture and us, that is what a legacy is. Boom. How did the Roman government make money to pay for their large armies? Did they tax their citizens heavily? Yes, I believe they did so. Did they sell valuable assets? I don't remember them selling the Colosseum or other stuff like that. Did they borrow money from other kingdoms? I don't remember hearing about them borrowing from other places. And did they not pay their soldiers? Did they refuse to pay their soldiers? That's not how you make money. The way you make money is through taxes. And that's what Rome did for a government. Which of the following was not a cause of the weakening of the Roman Empire? So key word here is not. So if it was a cause, we don't mark it. We only mark things that were not a cause. Rome had expanded so much that it was hard to communicate across the empire and defend its boundaries. That is true. Therefore, we don't mark it, because that was a cause. There was corruption in government and emperors were greedy. That is true, so we don't mark it. The Roman people faced unemployment and poverty. That is true, so we don't mark it. An illness in the livestock caused many animals to die. I don't remember that. Let's look at the last one. There were attacks on the western border. That is true, so we don't mark it. Therefore, this is the only one that was not a cause. Next, we go to this. The image above is a legacy of what type of Roman architecture? That looks like a dome to me. Let's see. That's one of the choices. Oh, there we go. Dome. All right. The image above is an example of, that looks like an aqueduct because it's got water in it and it's like carrying that water somewhere. So let's see if they have aqueduct. Yep. Boom. Aqueduct. And that is an example of Roman engineering. A submarine is a ship that can travel below the surface of the water. Sub is a Latin prefix meaning, well, a submarine goes under the water, below the surface of the water. So sub should mean under, since marine means water. On the surface, cross, under, right there. And that also makes sense because other words that use sub also mean under. So like a subset is under a set of other numbers. Roman language and writing has influenced our daily life in the following ways. Select all that apply. Oh, so there's multiple boxes here I can select. So if you see this, for example, I could select all of them. We don't want to do that though. We only want to select the ones that are true. So Roman language and writing has influenced our daily life in the following ways. We still speak Latin. No, we do not. We use the calendar that was adopted by the Roman Emperor Julius Caesar. I do know that we use the Roman calendar. I don't know for sure if it was Julius Caesar who adopted it, but I'm going to assume that the teacher's not trying to trick me by adding on this thing here, because I do know that we use the calendar that was adopted by the Romans. The use of Arabic numerals. We do use Arabic numerals, but the Romans did not use Arabic numerals. So it's not an influence of Rome. It came from somewhere else for us. Many of our English words come from Latin words. That is true. Many of our English words do come from Latin words. And we sometimes use Roman numerals. That is also true. All right. That's an interesting picture of Big Bird voting. Let's see what the question is. The person in the image above is voting. I don't know if that's a person. I think that might be a bird, unless there's a person in that suit. The person in the image above is voting. Voting is a legacy of Roman what? Language, citizenship, art, or science and technology? The answer there is going to be citizenship. If you are a good citizen, you are going to vote. I certainly hope we all vote. In fact, when I retire, I intend to register people to vote as part of my retirement practices. That'll be fun, traveling the country and helping people learn to register to vote. All right, here we go. That looks like a beautiful mosaic. Look at those tiles being embedded in either a wall or a floor in a beautiful design. The image above is an example of a Roman, oh, there you go, right there, mosaic. Murals and frescoes are paintings on walls, and an amphitheater is like a place where you do plays. So this is a mosaic. All right, let's look at this map right here. That looks like the boot of Italy right there. The map above shows what geographic feature? The Balkan Peninsula, the Strait of Gibraltar, the Italian Peninsula, or the Atlantic Ocean? That is definitely the Italian Peninsula. And this body of water right here, that is not the Atlantic Ocean, that is the Mediterranean Sea. So, Italian Peninsula right there, that boot. The Colosseum in Rome was used for which sporting events? Baseball was not invented yet. I don't know about polo. Gladiator fights, yes. And basketball was not invented yet. During the Pax Romana, emperors built which of the following? Bridges. Yes, they did build bridges. Roads. Yes, they did build roads. So if it's more than one of these things, if more than one of these things I know is correct, then it has to be all of the above. But I do happen to know that monuments were also built there. But even if I just knew that bridges and roads for sure were built during the Pax Romana, the answer would be all of the above because that monuments must be. All right, so I go back and make sure that I've answered every question. I check just to make sure I've marked every question and I put the answer that I want to put. So I'm reviewing this. And here we go. Yes, I've answered every question. And I put the answer I want. So we go down here and we hit submit. Thanks for coming to the review session. I hope you learned that going to review sessions, definitely worth your time.